goes to blows and I'm away.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Fury here. Time for another exciting review of Fairy Tail episode 283 review. My freaking bad. This review has been extremely delayed for so long. It's just, there's been a lot of things and interruptions on why I couldn't record the review or whatnot. I know it's probably late, but whatever. I'm back, bitches. I'm back, and I'm here to actually do it. So, yeah, I'm back once again, at least for now anyway. But, you know, hey, there were interruptions on why I couldn't really record the review. And, of course, I saw the episode pretty late. You know, so that's also a thing. But now, as I finally saw the episode, now I can actually talk about the review itself. Oh, yes. Alright, so let's just begin. So, this is actually a very simple episode of Fairy Tail. Basically, the plot to this episode is pretty basic. Basically, we have the showdown between Natsu and, of course, the main leader of the Avatar Guild. Now, this is actually pretty cool because it summons this giant god demon thing or whatever it is, basically, because as you can tell, like, Natsu was just styling on this guy. I mean, I guess if they haven't trained that year and a half ago, they probably would have not have stood a chance against whatever this threat was. But at the same time, you know, yeah. But yeah, this is actually, you know, pretty good, actually. So, yeah, so we have that, and of course, Natsu pretty much, like, while they was doing that, he summons this, like, giant, like, god thing that pretty much just, like, comes out. And basically, you know, since, like, everybody else can't, obviously, handle this giant god thing, what happens is that Natsu unleashes his full true power of the Dragon Kingu! The Dragon Kingu Igneo himself. Basically, he uses all that power against him and defeats pretty much that big giant god, that godlike thing. So there's that. So that already happens. Now let's just talk about the animation. Animation for this episode, once again, was very well done once again, because, like, you know, he had like a giant sword, and then of course Mary, I think her name was, the granddaughter. Yeah, so that's the granddaughter of him. So with that in mind, she basically, you know, the giant sword, you know, caused massive destruction. Like, yo, like, the sword caused massive destruction. And of course, Natsu, of course, running like he's fast as fuck, boy. He goes up there, jumps, and then obviously he uses like a really powerful attack against him. And wow, that was actually really cool. Like, I did enjoy that. That was actually really dope. Basically, yeah, with the power of Nakama, Natsu, obviously, okay, not the power of Nakama, but the power of the training with Dragon. So the will of Dragon King Igneo goes in with his flame and was able to actually eternally burn the what the fuck is it even called? The Ignu, whatever the fuck, whatever. I wasn't called the Izanami. I was gonna call someone from like Naruto, but I don't know. But anyways, giant god thing just gets defeated. Bam, Natsu wins. And what I liked about this episode too was the soundtrack. The soundtrack and the animation for this episode was, again, top tier, like, on point. Animation was actually pretty dope for this episode. Again, it really does get the show after 2 years after finding better animators for A1 Pictures. Even though I didn't mind the Tartarus arc in the anime, I will admit, animation-wise, most of the stuff could have looked better. Some of the actions could have been better. I will admit that. But when it comes to the final season, they're really pulling out all the stops. The animation was pretty smooth as butter. Just absolutely just love it. The soundtrack, of course, obviously the soundtrack obviously wins. Takanashi, well done, excellent for the final season. And yeah, so we have that going on. But let's not just talk about that. Let's talk about the other great thing about this episode was the reunion between Gaziel, Panther Lily, and Levy, which was actually really, really cool. I did like it. It was really funny too, though. It was really funny too, especially where basically, you know, like, Natsu's Gadget's like, hey, the Gaziel, you're definitely that Gaziel. You're an imposter. He's like, what? I am the real Gaziel. He goes, yeah, well, the real Gaziel wouldn't be able to join the council. He's always against that shit. He goes like, well, you know what? I guess you don't know my backstory. Fine, you know what? I'll tell you. What happened is that the old man, Warad, whatever his name was, the tree sage guy, like Warad, I think his name was. Yeah, Warad. It's been too long, okay? It's been like a pretty good long time since I saw the Tartarus arc and whatnot. So yeah, so even though it was mainly a joke, because we all know he has this running gag where he says things, but they're really meant to be taken as a joke, you know, ha ha ha. So we have that going on, and yeah. So yeah, so that's basically what we got for that, obviously, which is why he joined the council in the first place. And of course, Levy has to go with him because of love, you know. Love interest. Makes sense. And you can tell that they actually gotten stronger. And I love, like, he does the comments, you're under arrest for just, you know, basically constant destruction. You're under arrest for being too sexy. You're under arrest for just whatever. It was actually really funny. I did like the gags that we got in this episode. They're actually really funny. Even though I felt like we didn't really get too much action-packed fighting besides, like, the main thing, because obviously it just felt like this dude just wasn't that much of a challenge, because I kind of felt that way when I read this in the manga too, because I did remember reading this part in the manga. In the manga, I remember the exact same thing, that this person, hold on. So yeah, besides, you know, just that though, regardless though, you know, that was still cool though. We got that little reunion, Urza and everything else. And he said like the skies or something. I was like, what, the skies? Like, what the hell? So I wonder if this means that Gaziel and them aren't really part of the council. If this was just like this big, like, it's just a prank, bro. Like, did they just get filthy pranked? Like, seriously? Did like Natsu and them just get like pranked? So I'm thinking that's like what's going on here, but I don't really think so. So anyways, you know, that's pretty much what we got. Yeah, it's pretty much what we got for this episode, really. And I gotta say, it was pretty cool. I did like the animation effects for when Natsu just attacked like that giant, like that freaking thing. And of course the rest of that guild as well pretty much just goes under the rest of the council pretty much. And of course we got them just like reunited once again. And now we gotta see where the story takes full next. Oh, and for the preview of the next episode, it looks like we're going to be getting a Zeref backstory, which this I do remember reading in the manga too. Like I said, like I read most of this stuff, and then like the other second way past half of this final arc of this point, I haven't read too much of it. I knew a little bit of some spoilers here and there, but like I didn't really get like too invested, I guess, because I kind of fall off it after a while. But you know, let's see what happens like in the anime when I actually watch it. So yeah, anyways, so I do remember that we did get like a Zero backstory in there too. So yes, this is going to be quite exciting indeed. This is actually going to be really good. So for you anime onlys, this is actually going to be a pretty exciting treat to see this awesome Zero backstory that's about to go down. So yeah, I do remember that's what they focused on next, and then we like went back to Jump Street and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure since there's no filler content, it's all manga content, we're probably going to get the whole, possibly the whole flashback or the whole backstory in like one episode probably, which I don't mind because it actually is a really interesting like backstory. So yeah, final score I would give this episode would probably be not so sure. I mean, I guess a great, or yeah, probably a 4.5. I guess the only problem I have with the episode is that I felt like the main leader, was defeated way too easily. Like, he wasn't that much of a challenge. At least that's to me. But it was so great just to see, like, the one that saved the episode for me was the whole reunion thing between, like, the characters. So that was fun. I actually really did enjoy that. But now we are going to be focusing on the real good stuff in hand, like the awesome stuff we're going to be getting with that, and then something else to advance the story forward, which is actually going to be pretty great. So look forward to that as well. 4.5 out of 5 once again. Great plus. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this episode of Fairy Tail, episode 283. I'll see you guys next week for 284. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me try this again. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, click on that bell, join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugins, my gamer tags as well. And if you haven't, please join the Plus Ultra Discord down below as well. Until then, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. And manga fans, keep supporting Rich Watch, and that's it. And I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, on time, we'll see.